So here's the question. Are Chevy trucks tanking in value? This is a 2024. I'm going to show you guys the build date. I'm going to show you the MSRP of the truck when it was brand new. And of course, I'm going to show you guys what it's priced at today. And that should answer that question. Are Chevy trucks tanking in value? I borrowed this truck from Kengar Ford here in West Valley. It is available for sale. Be sure to ask for Ken. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker of the truck, and then I'll show you guys the Carfax, and then we'll kind of go down the line of what the truck costs today. So here's the description above, and then just be sure to pause it for the standard equipment here. But base price for this truck back then was $70,600, but when you added the diesel and the ZR2 Bison package, it really jumped up the price. Now this truck does have the power running boards, tech package, gooseneck, and you guys see right here the tail lights were on, I guess you can say back order, but they were on a constraint. But total price with destination is $95,785. And just note that for 2025 they did raise the price for the diesel. Here's the Carfax, shows just one owner. Also, it was purchased in Texas, but it looks like it got registered in Nevada, which is pretty typical even back in those times. People were having a hard time finding these types of trucks, so pretty much all the maintenance was done on it as well. Let's go ahead and jump back into the video. You may not remember this, but they did refresh these trucks for 2024, and they came out in 2023. So this truck is essentially 2 years old. So when you see the pricing of it today, consider that this is basically 2 years old, okay? AEV edition gave you the bumpers, some better skid plates, some stitching on the headrest, and some nicer floor mats, I guess you can call them. I guess you could say nicer. But one thing I'll tell you is these front bumpers are worth it because they are E-coated and powder coated. They also have all the crash protection that they're supposed to have from the factory. So these are truly overbuilt bumpers, and they're not cheap. You can get them aftermarket, but it's going to cost you about $5,500, I think, without the winch basically. And I don't know if you guys can even notice. I didn't notice at first. I had to look at the sidewall, but these are not the OEM tires. Multimatic DSSV, which is a dynamic suspension spool valve. It does have an oil reservoir in there, and it uses spool valves over the deflective disc. A little bit of damage on the front end, but it's only to the PPF that they added. So whoever had this truck, they did add some upgrades. The PPF only goes halfway on the hood and on the fenders too, by the way. Of course, this has the premium lighting. This one does not have front parking sensors. I just noticed that. No front parking sensors. And here are the tires. These are the Toyo Open Country AT3s. I got to drive this truck today. 35 by 12.5. So it's basically the same tire sizes. Factor. I think those were 305 70 18s. 3 peak rated right there. 12 ply. And then here is the capacity for the tires right here. What is that? 3,970 pounds, 80 psi. So they did go up in tire pressure with these too, because the factory ones are, I think, 65 psi. I didn't notice any damage on the side of the white paint. However, I did notice a little bit of damage on these running boards. I don't know if they changed something, because I had it for almost 4 years. And I didn't have this type of damage on those. So this is just cheaply done, and I think GM should do a better job. Even if this person wore boots with rocks in them, they shouldn't look this bad. Just saying. They did widen this truck with the fender flares here, and they did shorten your mud flaps. They also restyled the upper and lower control arms and a steer knuckle for this 1.5 inch lift. You guys see more of those skid plate. These are all upgraded. This is upgraded. That one's added. They're stamped. The frame on the truck looks really good. I mean, this truck never saw probably mud whatsoever. But yeah, there's really no damage on this truck, guys. It's pretty clean. It could probably use a nice buff, I will say. That's pretty much it. And then out back you have the AEV bumpers. Again, E-coated and powder coated. Parking sensors are there. You can add some light pods. And here is the spare. So they did not change off this tire, which means they didn't rotate this tire with the truck. You do have an electronic locker in the rear, more multi-matic. Yeah, this truck's in pretty good condition, I would say. And it also comes with this really nice bed cover too. And did you guys notice the window tint? I didn't mention it, but the front windshield's tinted and the side glass is dark. That's darker than I would go. I can't even see all the way through on the other side. Look at that. It is super dark in there. But yeah, tint is done. Your PPF is done. You have this bed cover here. They did matte this out from the factory. And let's go ahead and just drop this down. Has a spray in. And this is a hard tongue cover that flips too. Fifth wheel prep package is in there. They used to stamp the ZR2. They don't do that anymore. And let's see here. Yeah, no kicker sound system. That does come standard, however, with the GMCs. And it's something you would never catch unless you watch JB reviews. This one does not have the new taillights because they were on constraint when these trucks first came out. So now they all have them. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and see what's under there. Looks like the dealership did clean under the hood. Looks really nice under here. Not too much shine. I hate shine under the engine bay, especially on a newer car like this. You don't need to shine it at all. But yeah, 470 horsepower, 975 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed transmission, 342 rear. And they did, what, 3 services with this truck? So they did do some stuff to it, right? As far as the interior goes, one thing I want to point out is the interior wear for the seats. Now these seats are dirty. You can kind of see right there. But because of this gray color, you can't really tell. Has a 13.4 inch display, has a 12-inch screen there. As far as the door goes, no scratches, no wear and tear there. But yeah, definitely on the seats, you can tell that they just need to be cleaned really good. There's your AEV floor mats there. You have that ZR2 kick plate. Steering wheel looks pretty good. And again, this truck only has 15,000 miles, so you're not going to really see much wear on a truck like this. Now, in 5 years, we'll have to wait and see how they look. But yeah, this truck is clean for the most part. Has a 60/40 bench. Has the armrest and the storage. Let's go ahead and take the truck for a quick drive. Truck feels really good. Let's go ahead and turn on the exhaust brake. The one thing I like about these trucks is how tall they are. They're really tall, and you can really feel that when you get behind the wheel of them too. Brakes feel good. Yeah, the acceleration. I can definitely tell there's a slight difference in the acceleration with my truck because I have the Banks Power boost tubes and turbo inlet, and there's definitely a difference having those options. Now this truck is heavier than mine, most likely because of these bumpers, but still, like, I can tell by just the way it accelerates. But yeah, on the highway, man, these Toyos, man, I might have to go to Toyo tires. There's a little bit of noise from them. It's not a lot, but I feel like the ride is a little bit softer compared to my truck. And this has 12-ply tires, 80 PSI. Where are they running these at, I wonder? Okay, yeah, they're running them at 48, 52. That might be the way to go. Get an 80 PSI tire and run them at a low PSI like this. Man, it feels good. This feels a lot smoother than my truck does. And again, it could be because it's a little bit heavier, and I can clearly tell though, it's a lot softer. I've driven my truck on this back road before, and yeah, the Toyo tires have softer sidewalls. Even though these are 12-ply tires, The Goodyear Wrangler has really stiff sidewalls. I always thought that the suspension was just stiffer for the towing. It's really the tires just having a stiffer compound, most likely. I'm just assuming that because this truck feels a lot smoother. Now, obviously, again, the truck could be a little bit heavier than mine, and that is a factor sometimes with like having a little bit smoother ride, but no, this definitely feels a lot better. But let's go ahead and go online and see pricing so you guys can see how much this truck costs today. Quick recap. So base price of this truck was $70,600. So you guys see right here, total price was $95,785. Now, I would say these power to pull running boards are going to add value. I would even say that the tech package would, and of course the fifth wheel prep package will definitely add value to this truck. Diesels, that goes without saying. However, this Bison package, I've seen a few of these trucks used, and they don't really add any value to these pickups. So I'm actually glad I skipped this package, and if I did decide I want to just get the bumpers after the fact, you can now buy them. So don't expect this package to add any value whether you buy the GMC or the Chevy. Now, price today on this truck is $79,205. So as I just said, the diesel is going to add value to the truck, and of course the paddle pull running boards, those things are going to definitely add value, but these bumpers are going to do nothing for the price, because I've seen just regular ZR2s around the same money. So again, just keep that in mind if you are doing your research. Now let's see how much the truck did depreciate. What I did was I took the original MSRP and the used price today and subtracted it to get this for the depreciation. This is basically 20%. Now figure the customer did buy the truck at MSRP, 7% tax. I believe I did $800 for like fees, and then when you consider the customer didn't get this number for trade-in, I figure they got $5,000 less. That's this potential loss number here with taxes, everything. I just include taxes just because, you know, hey, you had to pay that up front, so that would actually drive the price up, and of course the fee. So figure 34% loss in just a year. That's a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. So cars are back to where they were, you know, before the pandemic for sure. Obviously I have to show you guys the numbers on the door. So here are the axle rating and gross vehicle weight rating. And you guys see right there, 2,674 pounds. So my truck's about 8,400 pounds. This one's 8,676. So I guess it's not a big difference in the weight. So it's definitely the tires. But I hope you guys liked the video. I wouldn't say that the values are tanking on these trucks, but you know, this truck was $95,000 just a year ago, so things are pretty much back to normal for sure. I mean, if we were back in 2021, this truck would have been worth the exact same thing today as it was brand new. So those days are over. So if you're looking to buy a car today and you're trying to make money on it, you're just not going to do that unless it's something really, really, really special. Hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure your bell notifications are on. See you guys soon.